Did you know that there's a tiny cemetery up on Mount Laguna? Here it is. It's off the meadow, and there are 4 headstones here. James Wheeler Kemp in 2015, the most recent. Trevor L. Kemp is a few years before that. Flora Chilwell Money is before that. And the oldest date from the 1920s and 1960s. So that's a little interesting tidbit up here. I'll do some digging as I do and get more information.
Well, I did some serious digging on this, and it was a deep rabbit hole. This whole story touches on westward expansion, displacement of Native Americans, the growth and urbanization of San Diego, and land conservation. So the Chilwells, Campbells, and Kemps came from around the English-speaking world, from England, Scotland, Jamaica, to become big ranching families in San Diego County. They initially ran sheep, and they moved to cattle, and their ranch lands up in the lagunas were sold in 1973 to stop development. So let's go over some of the people. There was James Wheeler Kemp, who lived from 1930 to 2015. He's the most recent person buried there. There was Flora Chilwell Money. She graduated from San Diego Commercial College in 1902. And there's a 1914 mention that she played tennis. Archibald Campbell was born in Perthshire, Scotland. He witnessed many land applications in the 1880s and 1890s. He died in 1926 at 82. Pretty good life. William Chilwell died October 1888 while rounding up cattle on horseback. A cow fell, then his horse fell over it. He himself fell off the horse. He was found insensible by his assistants. Louisa Campbell was born in London and then died in 1929. There was some mention of Louisa Campbell giving a lecture on spiritualism in 1926, but I'm not sure it's the same person. And then we have Trevor L. Kemp. Trevor Langston Kemp was born in Jamaica in 1892 and died in 1989 in San Diego. So overall, there was no one buried here in these cemeteries now. They originally were, but they were exhumed and moved to other places. They're mostly buried out in Campbell. And so you can see this whole thing really ties together a lot of different themes in San Diego. In reading up on all these different people, the Campbells, the Chilwells, the Moneys, and everybody, I looked at some old newspapers and I came across some interesting, funny ads, including one for some sort of patent medicine. I'm going to read that to you now. Do you feel dull, languid, low-spirited, lifeless, and indescribably miserable, both physically and mentally? Experience a sense of fullness or bloating after eating, or of goneness, or emptiness of stomach in the morning, tongue-coated, bitter or bad taste in the mouth, irregular appetite, dizziness, frequent headaches, blurred eyesight, floating specks before the eyes, nervous, prostration or exhaustion, irritability of temper, hot flushes, alternating with chilly sensations, sharp biting transit pains here and there, cold feet, drowsiness after meals, wakefulness, or disturbed and unrefreshing sleep, constant indescribable feeling of dread or of impending calamity. If you have all or any considerable number of these symptoms, you're suffering from that most common of American maladies, bilious dyspepsia or torpid liver, associated with dyspepsia or indigestion. The more complicated your disease has become, the greater number and diversity of symptoms. No matter what stage it has reached, Dr. Pierce's golden medical discovery will subdue it, if taken according to directions for a reasonable length of time. If not cured, complications multiplying consumption of lungs, skin diseases, heart disease, rheumatism, kidney disease, or the grave maladies are quite liable to set in and sooner or later induce a fatal termination. Dr. Pierce's golden medical discovery acts powerfully upon the liver, and through that blood purifying organ, cleanses the system of all blood taints and impurities from whatever cause arising. It is equally efficacious in acting upon the kidneys and other excretory organs, cleansing, strengthening, and healing their diseases. As an appetizing restorative tonic, it promotes digestion and nutrition, thereby building up both flesh and strength. In malarial districts, this wonderful medicine has gained great celebrity in curing fever and ague, chills and fever, dumb ague, and kindred diseases. Dr. Pierce's golden medical discovery.
Thank you for watching that video with Learn with Cameron. I'm Cameron, of course. So I really appreciate you watching that. And if you liked what you saw, do the usual YouTube things, LSS, like, share, subscribe. Thanks. Bye.